okay. Alright, so this is a pretty interesting draft on both sides. I think I like PaiN's draft a little bit more. Just, it's got more synergy. I'm uncomfortable with the Tiny without a Wisp attached to him. It's very kind of difficult, but he's not going to mid lane, so it'll be safe lane, so he won't at least suffer, and this is going to be a quasi-expert invoker. But on the side of PaiN, speaking of 40R, we'll be playing the Clink's Backyard on Invoker, Lil Ken on the Witch Doctor, and looks like it'll fight bringing up King RD on the Mirana. He can skill up Leap. He's trying to bait this guy in deep though, but he needs to be careful. Toss going, and oh man, that could be bad. Oh, but a good cast to slow them down, and now they pop the enchant, but it's just going to be quick back off, but that should secure the rune for Ewolves. And last but not least, there is gonna call him Insane, because I cannot say his name, and I do not want to butcher it. So he's on the Faceless Void, and Van will be playing the Tiny, Smash on the Enchantress, Masoku on Lich, Ewo on Tidehunter, and M-God on the Earth Spirit. And it looks like both teams are trading the bounty runes, Enchantress grabbing one and Clink's grabbing the other. And actually it will be a mid-Tiny. So they're kind of moving people around here. It's going to be a safe lane Tidehunter. They're going to secure him farm. He should be just fine down here. But PaiN are moving 2 heroes up. But it's level 3. I think he'll be just fine on the Tidehunter. Once he gets 2 points in Kraken Shell, he should be okay. But Clink's can harass him pretty nicely with the steering arrows once he gets a couple points in that. And in the top lane, it's like both teams running their off laners in the safe lane. But yeah, there will be the Lich camping in the mid lane, so this is Lich and Tiny versus Invoker. It'll be alright for this Tiny. Lich is really annoying in lane, so can deny these creeps, keep lane equilibrium in Tiny's favor, maybe set up for some kills with the slow. Things will get really interesting once we see rotations start coming out from the Earth Spirit, if any do. So Ewo getting harassed up about as much as you would expect, already having to go through 2 tangos, but still within XP range. Mid lane, Van is lasting pretty nicely. In fact, Backyard has gotten 0 CS, neither a single last hit or a deny. So let's just sacrifice doing some serious work here. Meanwhile, Faceless Void is off to a very nice start. You will have opponent Spear at a reasonable time, to say the least. This is a much harder lane for this Invoker than I thought. Not the start that he needs, and they're going to need to make a rotation at some point in order to help him out. Ewo did pull, but his hand now blocked. And Smash smoked up, waiting on the side. They see them here. They might want to try to get someone. Ewo going out pretty aggressively. M-God and Smash in position to go, and Lil just probably going to pop here. The last right click, and there he goes. Clink's able to juke away. There's no detection for him. Oh, actually, there's dust. They might find him, but no, they're gonna back off. Not gonna. They might use the dust, but they give it to you. But they're just gonna save it for next time. And that's first blood going the way of Ewolves by a good rotation, and the Switch Doctor just not mobile enough to get away. But there was another rotation here. Mirana with the double damage, gonna be a huge nuisance to this Tiny. Bottle on the way though, so he should be just fine for VGen, and still has a salve available. So Smash going to be this little banisher creep. Arrow goes out, but doesn't hit anything, and Backyard getting beat up pretty bad by these two in the mid lane. Fortunately, no mana left on the Tiny, and he did have a salve, so he'll be just fine. He faces Void getting everything he wants in his off lane. We'll have an Iron Talon very soon if he chooses to get it. That's pretty standard these days, and he kind of has 2 of the pieces already, so I sort of expect it. Meanwhile, though, they did dust up dead, or 40R, and he's getting pretty low. The dust has still got a few seconds left on it. He could be in serious trouble. Now Smash has found him, and there he goes. 40R going down, and that is a pretty big kill for them. This Clinks needs to be off to a good start. He plays okay from behind, but not spectacularly so. He would love to get something like a Medallion, Orchid, Desolator, just really fast and tear enemies apart. And it's like Miso, we're going to be trying to stack this camp here. And Ewolf's not really contesting the space with Void at all. He is off to an awesome start, has the highest CS in the game by almost 10. But now it's Ewo who's going to be going to this top lane and hopefully finding, I think they're probably moving up there to find him a level 6 pretty quickly so we can rotate with Ravages.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He does have his arcane boots, so maybe goes mech, arrow going out and going to kill that Hellbear. So Mirana is a really good counter to the Enchantress, and or at least a counter to the Enchantress, not like the hardest counter, but can be a pretty big nuisance killing off your creeps. We'll see Mirana and Crystal Maiden picked up often against those kinds of heroes, like Chen or Enchantress or Natural Hum of the Dominator, such as the Sven. 40R though almost has the Soul Ring level 4. He did die, but Evo getting harassed up pretty nicely by this Clinks, and it's just the strength of the hero. Those fire arrows, man, such a pain. Now it looks like Smash is here in the safe lane, and they've moved the Spaceless Void down. They don't want him to go up against this Tidehunter. That is a pretty Tidehunter favored matchup. Both teams just trying to move the lanes around to keep them in their favor as best as they can. Mid lane though, CS heavily favoring Van. I mean, there's 7 CS on this Invoker. It's a disastrous start for him. But Mirana's coming around, going to be trying to find an arrow if she can. Cold Snap not quite invoked, and now the combo coming out from Tiny, taking a lot of damage here, but feeling up, popping the Cold Snap, he's just juiced, and now he's arrowed, but he is hasted up, taking so much damage. We'll be able to run away from this. That haste rune, I think he should be just fine. Has 5 wand charges too, and meanwhile at the top lane, Clinks dies once again, and a Ravage comes out too, catching Lil, and he's gonna go down as well. So a double kill for Elo, and Tiny actually kills off Invoker in the mid lane. So across the map, just a complete disaster for PaiN, losing 3 heroes, and 2 big ones at that. Your Clinks and your Invoker going down. Insane. He does have Tomahawk available, should be just fine. I don't expect Smash to kill it here, but Smash will be level 6 in the near future. Arcane Rune now on this Mirana. She could either farm or she's going to try to gank a little bit more. Fortification has been popped. Probably for this top tower up here. Basil's Void having a great start, but everywhere else on the map looking pretty grim. There is Clinks down here though, and now Chronosphere committed, and with the Sunstrike arrow, and yeah, this is a dead Enchantress. So that was a pretty quick pick. That was the first Chronosphere, definitely worth it though, finding something on the map for them, getting themselves on the board. Soku, level 5, this Void's level 6, or this Lynch level 6 is going to be very interesting once teamfights break out with a Ravage and a Chain Frost. I wonder what the ban is going to go. Some of them like to go fast blinks, some like to get drums. There is a nice sized Ancient stack that he can farm up later, there's about a triple stack there. King RD looking through the jungle. Clinks also running around in the jungle trying to farm up as best he can. Be a little careful though. No, he's just fine. God though, could be in trouble. Looking off to the sides, they know that he's there. If this arrow connects, there could be a problem, but he has Rolling Boulder, so I doubt there's any real commitment. There's a smoke ready, and they use it. They're looking for someone. 3 heroes smoked up. They weren't scouted out. Need to be careful. They could be going anywhere. They have dust, so they can find the Clinks if it gets popped early, and already in a good spot to pop the smoke, but in a dangerous position as well. If he gets grabbed, he's silenced now. Kick does not connect. They put out the ward, and smoke ends up being just a warding smoke, but that aggressive ward will certainly set up for them later. However, it could be dewarded. PaiN might know that happened.
under
Evo
attack.
will be going the mechanism and will probably be going Guardian Creeps as one of its first items in this game. Makes him incredibly tanky. The arrow goes flying and just to farm up one of those big creeps. TPing now into the bot lane. God level 4 smash, level 7 has impetus, so a lot of damage there.
Dire's bottom
Only level
tower
3 on
is
the
under
support.
attack.
Piranha here and Witch Doctor level 4, nearly 5. They're relegating some levels to them. They know they really need that Death Orb, and it makes it a lot easier for them. Tiny just throws his combo to harass the Invoker up, and you know that Thay is there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And the bot tower will be going the way of Evils.
Dire's bottom tower
And
is
mid,
under
getting beat up a little bit by Tiny. He pops his regen rune. He really wants to get someone, but is anyone close enough to follow up with him? He throws out his combo and just backs off after getting hit by the cold snap, but still doing a pretty sizable chunk of Invoker's health. But now, man, in serious trouble. He has no points in Craggy Exterior. He's really tanky though. His team is not quite nearby. Mirana trying to find the arrow. She throws it, but just going to miss, and now Van should be able to walk away to safety, and the bot tier 2 getting beat up really badly. Fortification has already been committed, and top tower, though, is getting hit up by these guys, but if this is a trade, it's a tier 1 for a tier 2, definitely not worth it, and heavily favorable to E-Wolves, especially as Dire losing their tier 2 bot is really bad, because that makes it a lot harder for them to get to Roshan, and you lose the tier 1, and Void able to jump away to safety, but this tier 2 will be going down. So E-Wolves claiming a bit more of this map.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Mech should just about be finished. If not, I think Mech is finished on Ewo. And the Sunstrike goes out and M-God is going to get caught after getting hit by that arrow. Chronosphere was committed though, Chain Frost. Soku trying to find a solo kill on King RD if he can. And he should be found out here. Yeah, he's gonna go down. Slowly chunked to death by the Tiny. So looking at the gold graph, slightly in favor of E-Wolves. Oh no, Backyard could be in trouble. They could commit the Ravage for this kill. It would definitely be worth it. They're going in deep. He has Ravage available if he needs it, but he may not. He's got this avalanche, but the next goes to Boss, drops the Ravage, and that's a quick kill, and now King RD could be in trouble. He just came back to life, and the impetus should be enough to find him, and yep, there it is. That's enough. That's 2 fast kills. The Invoker dies once again, and this could easily set up for to claim a free tier 1 tower. So PaiN just getting outplayed all over the map, losing objectives everywhere, and not finding anything in return. PaiN need to be using this Chronosphere. I think it's all about the Chronosphere right now, and the Invoker's pretty far behind. CS only 31. We switch it over to net worth. It's 3 E-Wolves heroes followed by, yeah, this Invoker has half the net worth of the offlane Void. The only person close is the Clinks. And after that, it's just, even then, Clinks is about 1k behind the Tiny and about 500 gold behind the Tidehunter. Things looking pretty rough right now. They do have a decent combo. If they get a good Death Ward off, they could set up for a fight, but now that the mechanism is complete, it's going to be a lot harder to find kills. The Tiny is just so tanky, and now the arrow comes out, they pop the cold snap, they throw the kick, stunning 1, then Van. Needs to be not get by Sunstrike, but the mech, and the Sunstrike will miss anyways, so everything turns out to be just fine in the end. They're not able to pick off Van, and just, again, these heroes also tanky, especially Ewo and Van, who yesterday played exceptionally well, and today is no exception. They are dominating in this game, and Smash 2 has his Dragon Lance completed. The support Enchantress off to a great start, basically playing as another core. I think they know that they need another high damage hero, like the picking Tidehunter on Ewo, who usually plays in the mid lane. It's kind of okay, Tidehunter does some good damage, but will fall off really hard, and M-God just barely juking that arrow. And it looks like the top tier 1 tower going to go down. Fortification is available, but PaiN elects to not use it. I thought it would have been free. Now Evo is there, no Ravage. The kick connects on Day, he's stunned, but a good 2-man Chronosphere, and he's just trying to beat up this tower. Evo gets hit by the medallion, has no Ravage just yet. Mechanism is ready to pop it if he gets low. But now Looks like Skywalk is there, but he's silent, trying to TP to safety as best he can, but no, canceled by the Chain Frost. Will be able to get backyard. It looks like he should be able to TP to safety just in time. Ravage is now up, but no Blink Daggers are not able to get in range, and another TP to safety by the Witch Doctor. So 2 heroes die across the map for PaiN, and that is another good gold swing. They do claim the tier 1 tower though, so managed to get something out of it, but E-Wolves turn their attention to Roshan. And it should be a modestly, like an okay Roshan. This Enchantress will make it easy to kill. And unfortunately, PaiN, are they really getting up the map? They're farming up their Clinks a little bit. They're farming up their Invoker, which just completed an item. I'm not quite sure what it was. Looks like his Hand of Midas. Nope. He didn't quite finish his Hand of Midas yet. He's about 1,000 gold away, so this is a terrible start for this Invoker. He's in a world of hurt right now. Doctor is level 6 though, and farming up still. Probably trying to go for a Glimmer Cape. Clinks has Medallion, could go for a Solar Crest, but might just go back to the Deso. And this Roshan will eventually go down and get put on ban. And with his Blink Dagger and 2k gold, it's going to be going Agate and Scepter next. It's going to be really scary now. Faceless Void has double damage, but I doubt they'll be able to make anything significant of this. He's just gonna go farm out the jungle. Right call. He has his Vlad, so his team's damage output will be helped a little bit. But as we saw in the last fight, they just don't really do enough damage. The Frost Armor plus the Mechanism plus just the raw tankiness of these heroes is incredible. They're extremely hard to bring down. Enchantress has Untouchable, Lich has Frost Armor. I guess the Mechanism heal counts for the Earth Spirit, who doesn't really have a lot of beef on his bones just yet, but the Veil of Discord will provide him with a bit of armor. It just feels like PaiN is tickling E-Wolves. I don't remember the last time I saw Tidehunter sitting at second on net worth. Could complete his Guardian Greaves once, but maybe going for the Blink Dagger between the two so that he can get more impressive Ravages and catch TPing heroes. This is Void waiting off to the side. Has a Chronosphere, but no follow-up, and there's no way he can kill Ewo. Clink's running through the jungle, has an Ogre Club, probably going to go BKB. Has to be able to survive through these Ravages and the Chain Frost and Van, getting pretty low, caught by the Sunstrike, but just fine in the end. Bright's there now, and will heal him up pretty quickly, or at least modestly so. Third in charge on this Enchantress? No, there is not, and it looks like they're going to be pushing in this tier 2. They have the Aegis still, so really nothing to be afraid of. They throw out the arrow, and it does hit on Van. That'll be a 5-second arrow, so this should slow down the push by a fair amount. They may rotate in, but I really doubt it. Void has the TP scroll available, but this should just be a free tier 2 tower. Van will get the final hit, and is only now 1,000 gold or so away from his Aghanim Scepter. And that'll make pushing and towers just disappear. And 16-minute Midas from this Invoker, who is caught up to his own Faceless Void, but is still so far behind the cores of E-Wolves. The arrow goes flying in, threading the needle on that one and jumping forward, and then looks like a quick kill on the Invoker. And now, but the Aegis does go down. So tossing back the Invoker, getting a quick kill. Well played from Van, but losing the Aegis. However, without the Invoker, could be a little bit more difficult to stop this push. They do have Chronosphere. Arrow goes out, missing Van this time. If that had connected, that could have set up for a great high ground defense. Next creep wave is coming in. Mechanism ready, and Ravage. They need to be careful. If they take this fight, it could be a disaster or a really good defense. And it just looks like PaiN are just going to opt to lose their tier 3 tower. It's only 16 minutes, 17 minutes in, and E-Wolves are already threatening with the lane of Rax and could very well take it. Invoker respawning very, very soon. This could be the cue for PaiN to go in or E-Wolves to back off, but man, the right click actually doing 0 damage. And E-Wolves are just going to back off, beat up the range tracks a little bit. They don't want to get caught in a big Chronosphere and lose all of the advantage that they have, but actually they smoke up. Are they going to be going back into this? They have Blink Dagger on Ewo. Jump forward, pops the Ravage. The Chain Frost comes out right after the taunt, and immediate death on the Faceless Void. He has buyback. He watches him now. The Invoker, no such luck. Without buyback, Void is here, and there's a Chronosphere, but do they have the damage outside? They just smoke and just jump back in. The Casco could be setting up for something. Void jumps in, but doesn't want to catch this Tide. They probably couldn't kill him with everything they dropped on him. They need to be careful. Toss back now. The arrow does hit the Chronosphere, catching two, but Enchantress outside, just beating them up. Ewo! He doesn't even care that he's getting hit, and now 40R going to be going down as well. Then the double kill for Smash. Things looking really bad, and there goes the Witch Doctor, who just bought back. Clinks has buyback available, but GG is called. He will 6 15-2 in 18 minutes. One of the fastest games in this ProDotA Cup. He will take game 1 by storm, dominating with a pretty peculiar laning setup, but it proved to work out in the end, and he will take a very convincing first game of this series. We have one game left in this best